Welcome, fellow Mooncats. This is the daily card reading for March 1st, 2023. If you hear a crinkly sound during the reading, that is the sound of an ice pack, as my arm is still currently healing in the healing process, which is going to take some time. Just want to say thank you to those of you who expressed concern and gave me well wishes for recovery. I truly appreciate your kind thoughts. So as we begin the selection process, there are those who like to watch that. If you do, then feel free to stay with me. If you don't, then it's okay. There's timestamps below. Feel free to skip ahead to the reading. This is an excellent time to bring out your journal if you like to use the daily card as a journal prompt. So go ahead then and open to a blank page as you clear your mind to receive the message. We are beginning the month of March with a very challenging card. This is the Ten of Swords. And this is a card that tells you something in your life has come to a point of no return. It's come to a point where it must end. And you must accept this ending. And through the acceptance of this ending, there is light on the other side. You are reminded that it's darkest just before dawn. So, it seems in the month of March we're going to come across some challenging experiences. And the challenge here is to hold on to your courage and your faith, knowing you're going to come out on the other side of it. And every time we have a difficult experience, it comes with gifts. And though that is very difficult to accept in the moment, afterwards, you will look back and be grateful for what you have learned. I'm pausing because I'm trying to decide whether or not to share a personal story. And I think that I'm not going to share it in too much depth, but to give an example, I had gone through a divorce, and whilst in the relationship, I was so focused on the other person, so focused on what his needs were, that I had completely lost myself. I didn't even know this had happened until the relationship ended, and I suddenly came back to myself and realized how far away from my true self I had gone. And so it was a powerful and empowering experience, which came on the other side of a very painful experience. And this is that kind of transition that this card represents. And I promise you that whatever hardships you're going through, there is another side to it. And when you do come out of it, you come out of the hurt, the grief, the sorrow of that ending, of that moment, then when you come out on the other side, it was the most empowering experience of my life too, going through that. I had never felt more in my own power when I had that return. And so you will find the same. This is what tragedy brings out of us, is our greater connection to the divine. This is when we open up to that connection and receive it in a powerful way. And this is why this man in the center of the card is exuding this lightning bolt-like power. It may have been painful to attain, but it is light nonetheless. We see the rainbow connection just the same. Nobody gets through life unscathed. We all have to face difficult experiences that we would prefer not to. We all have to let go of things that sometimes we're not prepared to let go of. And trust that where there is loss, there is also a great return. So there is the metaphor of a river. A river is a symbol of collective consciousness throughout the universe. Like this energy that just flows, and it flows on and on. It's a river with no end. Imagine you take a shovel and you go wade into the middle of this river and you dig a hole into the dirt and you bring up a shovel full of that soil, and for the very briefest of moments there is a hole in the center of that river. But immediately what happens is that the water comes rushing in. The water fills the hole, not the soil. So where there is blockage, there was now flow. And that lasts a temporary time too. But that is a moment of enlightenment. So remember that water represents our deeper psyche, our deeper emotional wisdom. And so imagine that hole in the river removing this heavy material of soil, which has richness in its own right, in a slower kind of progress, in a slower kind of way. And then it's like clearing away that murk, and suddenly that rush of consciousness, that rush of collective consciousness, that rush of divine energy, that flow rushes in where the blockage was. An experience like this is like something gouging that hole into your center. But though that moment is a painful moment, it has its rewards as well. So the challenging thing at this time is to look at your loss and see what you're gaining from it. We often ask why would God do this to me? Why would this happen to me? Well, the last thing you want to do is fall into a negative mindset of, I am unloved, the universe doesn't like me. These kind of thoughts are just self-defeating, and there's nothing valuable or true in those thoughts. It's a falsehood. And so the challenge is here to see the truth, that if you are going through a difficult loss, there is a purpose to it. There is something here to see, a truth that you perhaps could not see until that shovelful of muck was removed. Okay. So this is a very challenging card. And in your journal today, if you are experiencing a loss, or if you're anticipating a loss, ask yourself to look at it honestly and see what has been gained from the experience. And if you're not able to see that yet, then simply express your faith that the truth will come. Simply express your gratitude to the divine for supporting you through this challenging transformation. If you cannot yet see what you have gained or what the rewards are, then simply express your gratitude to the divine for the support that is provided. Well, that concludes the reading for the day. And I wish I was bringing a happier message. Just remember that support is there, not only in the divine, but in your community of friends and family who are on the divine path. Don't ever hesitate to reach out. I hope that you are enjoying the daily readings. If you are, please go and like the video by hitting that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This way you will always be notified when a new video is posted. If you would like to get a more personal perspective, then my Calendly link is in the details below the video. And if you follow that link to the website, you can see step-by-step instructions there on how to sign up for a reading. Most of all, I'm so grateful for you, my viewers, and I'm so happy to be able to do this work for you. It is my great pleasure and joy to communicate these messages. And I want to say thank you one more time to those of you who express concern and care regarding my injured arm. It is on the mend and seems to be doing really well. So thank you again for your kind healing thoughts in that regard. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you in another video.